So what you think?
It's good.
Appreciate you, man. I'm so excited. And I'm finna go and touch it up a little bit more, so it's gonna be even harder. Alright guys, welcome to another episode of Faymous Podcast. I'm your host as always, Faymous Jay, and today I have with you guys a very special guest. This is my cousin, CJ.
Hello.
And man, tell them what you do. Tell the folks what you do for a living.
Yeah, I'm a cinematographer, so I shoot movies, TV shows, commercials, corporate work, do a little bit of everything.
Just like me, man, entrepreneurship runs in the family. But I gotta ask, man, what did you go to school for exactly?
So I technically in school was a creative writing major, and then I had a minor in communications, but I didn't really use any of my schooling in what I ended up doing, which I think is pretty common.
Yeah.
So yeah, once I graduated, I was like, okay, I definitely want to make movies. I want to make videos. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, I remember you saying that at your graduation, didn't you?
Yeah. So getting into that field is very competitive. Getting into any creative field is very hard. So I pretty much had to come to terms with reality and really get my skills up and get my experience up before I was ready.
So when you said you had to get when you say it's competitive, how competitive is it? Give people an idea.
I mean, so with regular jobs or other fields, you have a lot of competitors. Mm-hmm. But I feel like for the most part, say you're an engineer, there might be a lot of other engineers. But with creative fields, not only are there other people, a bunch of other people who do what you do, especially if you're in this general area that we're in, but also it's a matter of how good are you at what you do and what differentiates you from those other people. Yeah. So there's a lot of if I didn't get hired, did I not get hired because my work wasn't good enough as the other guys, or because there were 15 other people? So you have to balance all those things and kind of overcome all those.
So what made you stand out? Because you got hired. Your first big hire, I believe you said, was Amazon, right? Mm-hmm. Did you have to submit some of your work to them, or? Yeah.
So basically, once because I worked at news stations, just TV stations for 2 years, mm-hmm. just passively while I was working and getting my experience up. But once I finally went freelance from that, I had a little bit of a reel, a little bit of a portfolio of my work put together. So I started sending it out every day, wake up, send 5, 10, 20 emails, trying to find those clients, trying to find those opportunities. And then I would say out of maybe 50, you maybe hear back from 5 and you maybe get one job. So that's kind of how I went. I just happened to find this one and I sent them my work. They were happy with it.
That one was Amazon?
That was Amazon.
That's crazy.
And I was able to actually go forward. And that was the first big client. I had smaller clients before that, but yeah.
First big. Can you pull up the video that you sent them? I want to watch it.
The video, I sent them?
Yeah,
my portfolio?
Yeah. Because I know I've seen the film, but I want to see exactly the one.
I got you.
And I might try and see if we can do a little split screen. For the people at home watching, we'll let you guys see it too.
Yeah, I'll send you my portfolio. Actually, I could probably find an email.
Yeah, that's probably better.
Actually, that's probably doing too much. Because I can log into my email every day. I'll just do it this way. I could probably just search my name.
And if I don't feel like editing, which I never do, link will be in the description. Alright. And guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell.
Always. Alright, so I actually just released my new reel, so I'm going to go to my old reel. Basically what I was doing, because I hadn't put together that much of a reel in a while. Mm-hmm. So what I would do is I would send them my older reel, from 2 years ago. I'll send them that reel. No, right in. But I would send them my old reel, which I can pull up right here, and then I'll also send them all of my other commercial work, which was just on my page.
And that was a real commercial from Mercedes, right?
No, this is a spec commercial, which means it's basically you do the work to show what you can do, so that you can get more work like that.
I see what you're saying.
So yeah, I have a couple of spec commercials that I had done.
Let's watch the 2022 reel, the new one that you just did.
All right. So this is a new reel.
You got music?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Louisville, Kentucky.
Who did the editing?
So I did all the editing for it.
Oh, you did the editing. That's tough. Oh, okay.
I did my own stuff.
Man, you dope editor. I love this.
Thank you.
Who's that?
It's
Rocky?
in Atlanta.
Is that Rocky?
Who?
Rocky.
I don't know. That's Abu.
You know what I'm talking about? Rocky.
Oh, Rod.
Yeah.
No.
So these companies just let you come and film?
Yeah, I mean, like I have to reach out to them and then build a good relationship with them, and then and pretty much they come to me for each project that they want. So then I help them through the process a little bit. If they need some direction and stuff, I kind of guide them in that direction. If they just happen to contact me, the DP first. But yeah.
What was that for, like a movie?
That was a short film.
Yeah, these are amazing shots.
Thank you. So this stuff in Louisville was a documentary about this guy who was the former ringleader of the Ringling Brothers circus.
Yeah, it's just short film.
Yeah. Another short film. Actually, that one with the black guy in front of the gray background, that was actually my first job I got once I went freelance. And it was this company from Brazil. And basically, it was this company from Brazil. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. They wanted something shot. The company is from Brazil. And they had different, it was like this big, I don't know, some pharmaceutical company or something. They needed some like talking head interviews from people in like all these different countries. And it just so happened that one of the ones from like America was in North Carolina.
Wow.
So I went up there and filmed that. So that was crazy. The first job I got was this company from Brazil. Yeah. The power of the internet, man.
That's what I'm starting to realize too, because I hate social media and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the connectivity is worth it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, this is dope.
Thank you. The short film there.
These are some crazy shots.
Yeah. Thank you.
I think you should shoot my next music video.
Technically speaking, that was a fashion film.
That was dope, man. Okay. All right, folks. That is definitely going to be in the description below. You need to see that. That was amazing.
Thank you.
That was seriously. I'm so proud of you, dog. For real.
Yeah.
This is dope work, man.
Thank you.
You don't want to sign to Faymous Productions?
Nah, can't be signed. I've actually had agencies, like on shoots, they like how I work and they're like, hey, like, are you looking to work with an agency? I'm like, not particularly. Because it's like, I kind of have my own thing going on. So, yeah. But yeah, so, come a long way, got a long way to go. It's good.
See, what's your, you definitely came a long way, you said you got a long way to go. The same thing, what's your 6-month goal?
6-month goal, since I just started freelancing maybe like 8 months ago, pretty much my 6-month goal is just to continue to grow my business. Because I went freelance with the intention of, okay, it's going to be me doing my thing. But then it quickly evolved into, okay, like, I had to get a business license. I technically am a business owner. I have to hire people out for jobs. I have to do this, I have to do that. So I'm kind of realizing, okay, I have my own company and I need to actually start acting like it.
Yeah.
So pretty much that's what I'm doing. Yeah.
Next up is business cards, man.
That's it, man.
For sure. That's it. I'm the CEO of a production company.
Yeah. I mean, legally, like, I had to get a business license to do work. So
you need to do you have this trademark, asterisk imaging?
Nah.
You need to go and get a trademark.
Yeah.
Especially if you're putting out good work like this, man.
Oh yeah.
Because people will steal your name just hoping like your traffic draws to them.
I believe that.
A lot of people do that. Oh, that's the fan. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So 6 months, continue building up your freelance business company. What's your 2-year goal?
2-year goal, I want to be DP in commercials because that's my main goal. I'm into narrative, but I think that realistically most DPs a lot of DPs they do a mix of narrative and commercial work. So my 2-year goal is pretty much to get into DPing more commercials. I'd love to do like a Super Bowl commercial, something crazy like that. DPing commercials and then maybe do some more like films.
So why did I do one of the things that I started doing with the production company is I would go and just film free trailers for people's businesses.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
I got a couple of them that we're gonna shoot together, but that's probably the fastest way to get the word out, especially when people love the work that you do.
Sure.
They're gonna talk about it to their friends.
Oh yeah.
And then that's when the pain gigs start coming in.
That's it.
But it takes like editing such a pain. You already know. It takes so long, so
Yeah.
and then it's free, so it's really no rush.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, what you're doing is a good idea. Just build up that portfolio, and then go from there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I started. Like, I started out. I was like, okay, how am I gonna get people to let me shoot their videos if I don't have any videos to show? It's like obviously I can't get them to pay me if they don't have anything to
So
see.
you gotta do the free work.
Yeah, so I did the free work, and then moved up from there.
Now, one of the things that's interesting to me is when you were sending out the emails, were you going with the intention of shooting for free, or were you going with like a rate?
Yeah, no, I was going with, so I have a couple of sites where I can like look and see and try and find where people are looking for video producers and things like that and DPs.
And that's
some of those sites are
DP stand for?
Director of Photography, or otherwise known as cinematographers.
Okay, gotcha.
But so basically, yeah, I had a couple of sites that I knew about. The thing about these websites is that it's super competitive. So you really got to have your stuff in a row before you try and get those gigs, because the second that you apply and send that email to that client, they already have like probably 10 other people. Mm-hmm. So literally it's like the only way you can do it is by being so on your stuff that your stuff looks better than those other people. So it's like,
and you're never gonna know because you can't see.
And you're never gonna know. All you'll know is whether you got the gig or not, and you never know why. And that's like mentally that it's very stressful. So it's like, yeah, you kind of like build up that mindset that you're gonna have to build up. Like, okay, I'm really gonna have to like be on top of it if I want to survive.
Yeah, that's the only way. But I mean, you love doing it, so it's still.
Oh, for sure.
If you don't get it, it just says, okay, I need to up my work.
Sure.
I need to make it better, make it better, make it better. And it's what you want to do anyway.
Exactly.
That's how I feel about making music.
Oh yeah, that's a good mindset to have.
Of course. The next one is the best one.
That's it.
Every single time.
That's it.
Now, one of the things that I'm trying to think of, man, because you can do so much. Well, you're already doing a lot, but you can do so much with the field that you're in that I honestly, 10-year goal.
10-year goal.
What do you see yourself 10 years doing it?
I mean, honestly, like my 3-year goal is my 10-year goal. I want to, because for me, it's not necessarily about it's not even necessarily about being rich. Like, obviously, I want to make money. It's not even necessarily about being a business owner. Obviously, I want to own a business. Sure, that's cool. But for me, I'm heavy on the artistry side. The only real thing that gives me fulfillment is when I produce something that looks good. And so it was easy for me when I was starting out to do stuff for free, because I was like, I just want to make something that looks good. And then if I make something that looks good, I'm happy.
That was for you.
And I kind of had to come to terms with that when I started having to pay bills and stuff.
Can't do it for free.
You can't. So I kind of had to get that business mindset. But pretty much all I want to do is continue making beautiful images. That's what I want to do.
I'm telling you,
my only goal.
It looks amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so you said you want to do trailers, right? Commercials.
Commercials.
You don't do movies?
I do want to do movies. The thing about movies, though, is it's a big commitment, and you kind of get less volume for movies than you do with commercials. You can do a lot more commercials in a year than you can movies.
That's very true.
You might only be able to do like maybe 1 or 2 movies a year.
Well, short films, though. I mean,
yeah, you can do short films and smaller projects for sure. But I mean, I definitely still have that passion for narrative work too, movies. I definitely still have that. But I'm just coming to realize, just through my experience with other DPs and then people who are already like working primarily on films and stuff, is that they're like never home. Like, you might not be in the country, you might not be around your family, and yeah, that's not necessarily something I want all the time, you know?
It'll be fun to do it every now and
then. Yeah, it'll be fun, maybe like a movie a year, 2 movies a year, maybe, you know, because it's basically like a 4 to 8 month commitment. Once you get to the higher levels working on these movies, going fully through the process, you're gonna
actually thought it was longer than that.
I mean, well, just for the DP. Because you're just going through the shooting.
Yeah.
And of course, then it goes into post-production, you know.
So, what about documentaries?
Documentaries, that's not necessary. I mean, it's cool. Like, I'm always down for those human stories. It's not really my particular area. I mean, I've done a little bit of it, just shooting as a DP. Mm-hmm. But the thing about documentaries, it's so different. I mean, all the different, I guess the main 3 disciplines you might have: commercials, narrative, documentary. They are so different.
Absolutely.
Like, so different. So it's like a completely different mindset about how you work, how you plan it out, how you execute it.
It takes years.
It takes years, literally. And yeah, so documentaries, I mean, definitely third in that order of my interest.
Really?
To work on.
I actually I'm shooting an art documentary right now.
Nice.
Like that's doing my murals and stuff in the garage. He's signed with Westable and all this stuff too.
Awesome.
But it's easy. I just record and paint. You know, we might record some voiceovers on my phone.
Right.
Now the hard part
is putting it together. The thing about documentaries is the documentary is created in the edit. It is created in the edit.
CJ, do you know how scared and terrified I am starting this editing process?
Oh man.
I'm probably gonna pay somebody because I don't want to do it.
No, I mean I feel you. Yeah. Do it. Yeah, no, like I should tell you the story about why I stopped editing. Actually.
What happened?
So basically, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be an editor / DP / colorist. That was my plan to just do everything. Colorist is the person who kind of literally like colors the image. So when you shoot at those higher levels, like your camera is usually going to be shooting what's called a log profile, which means that it's going to be the image is going to look very flat. Mm-hmm. And the reason why it looks very flat is so you can get more what's called dynamic range. So you can get more color information, so that when you color it, it looks better than it ever would if you just shot it with regular color.
Makes sense.
But so yeah, that's another major passion of mine. But anyway, so with the editing, I was like, okay, I'm just going to edit and do this and do that because I was working at the news station as like a one-man marketing department pretty much. So I was the only video producer. So I shot, edit, like planned everything out, directed everything.
For the news?
At the news station, because they had a marketing department where they sold commercials to the public.
And that's like a daily task, right?
Yeah, no, that was it had, well, pretty much. Yeah, it definitely had some deadlines. But, so I was doing that, and I was thinking of going freelance and having that kind of be like the same sort of thing. Like, okay, I'll shoot, edit, do whatever needs to be done for the project. And then I had this project, and of course I was kind of like being overwhelmed since I was a one-man department. Mm. But also, of course, I'm constantly trying to do my own projects too. So I had this project come on to me while I was still working full-time there. And it was basically for this documentary that was basically, they need an editor for it. And it was like sponsored by Sony. It was these people from New York. It was really cool, and I liked the cause and everything for it. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. And it was like a low budget, and it was only supposed to be maybe like a 3-week project. So I was like, sure, I'll do it. It was like $300. So I was like, okay, I'll edit this video for you. Sure. So I start editing it. It's like a 45-minute episode of this documentary. Start editing it. And there's so many revisions that they keep needing over and over and over. And they keep asking for more and more and more. Mm-hmm. And before I knew it, it's been like maybe like 2 months that I've been working on this thing, going back and forth. And it's like, okay, I can't do this. And this is not the only client that I've had like that.
I'm going to tell you what you got to do. So when it comes to editing, you said, so $300, that gives you 2 revisions.
Yes.
$700, $1,000 gives you 5 revisions.
Right.
$1,500 to $2,000 gives you unlimited revisions.
Exactly. So that's the thing. I was like, okay, I should have had that in the contract. I didn't. Going forward, though, I kind of realized, like, okay, is it the editing itself that I'm disliking? Is it the revisions, or is it like
people
overall? The people, yeah, sure, people. I realized it's just
it's a mix of everything.
It was a mix. Like seeing what other people were able to do with editing, where I was able to do with editing. I didn't have that passion. And when I don't have the passion, I'm like, I'd rather use my energy elsewhere. Yeah. It's not going to serve me. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to focus on what I'm good at, what I enjoy, which is shooting. And then that's kind of where I'm at now. Because I realized that if I continued to edit, I was directly going to hinder myself from being able to
anything else. It's so time consuming.
It is very time consuming.
It's ridiculous. And then, like, even for me, when I shoot for other people sometimes, when I shoot my stuff, I don't.
Sure.
As long as it looks nice to me, I don't care about the very, very slime fall details. Sure. It doesn't have to be like that. But
well, you're talking to a DP, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
you do care.
I do care, but I understand.
But that's why we gotta shoot it right the first time. That's how I try to do it. But
true.
I mean, for most stuff, like it's meant to look. I don't want to say amateurs. It's meant to look natural, so to speak.
Makes sense. Yeah. It's not meant to look super produced, super polished. It's meant to be real.
Right, exactly.
I got you.
Real. Yeah. But for some stuff, when I do want it to look like that, I already know in my head exactly how I want it to be shot to produce that. Yeah. So it's a lot less work than edit. Storyboarding.
That's why I'm so heavy, like myself. Even when I was working at these news stations, doing everything else, my only goal was to convince them, okay, you need to plan things out better. That will make my job easier. It'll make a better project.
Nobody gets that.
No one gets
like want to do it on the fly.
They just want to go and like you just show up there like shoot.
No.
What do you want?
You need to have everything planned out for it to come out right.
Yes.
And I get exactly why you don't.
Because it makes your job. It makes everyone's job easier.
What?
Even now that I don't edit, I still storyboard just the same as I did when I did
time for the editor.
Because it saves time for the editor. It makes you shooting better. Because when you think about, okay, well I'm gonna shoot this commercial for this business. Okay, you think about, well, I can go in and just shoot it, or I can think, okay, am I gonna have the business owner walk through that door right there? Then if you know you're gonna have that business owner walk through that door, you can put a light there, make him look better, and boom, now you're one step closer to having that Hollywood look.
Perfect shot.
Yeah.
Some people don't want to take the extra time.
Right. No, I mean, it's definitely a time commitment. It's like for me,
worth it.
Yes, always for me, always worth it. Like literally, like I go to extreme. Like I go to extreme with it because I really enjoy it, and I understand. Like I've had people be like, "Dude, what are you talking about? What are you doing? Just shoot the video." I'm like, "No, but I need to create like a 3D model so I can plan the lighting out." And they're like, "What?"
You go that in depth?
Yeah, I'll show you right now. You want to know? Let me show you. I will literally show you what something that I created for this short film I worked on.
Because I seen the tips and techniques you were showing on Instagram.
Yeah, that's an example of that. Just gonna log in. Or actually, I can just show you my phone real quick. It'll be faster.
Let me check the time.
Here we go. Alright, so my phone's on 1%, but I will show you this. So this is a document I created. Print layout, here we go. So this is a document I created. So basically, this is what I'll do for every project I get hired on. And this is part of the reason why I'm always so busy, because I have to do all this other stuff too. But basically, this is a document with my shot list, and not only a shot list, I also do storyboards. So I have this program where I can basically model out every single shot. I can put a camera there, put a light there. Say it's in a bathroom like this was. I can put the bathroom mirror, the lights, the window, know where everything is. And I get this by going and scouting the location beforehand. And also will know where the sun is, things like that. So I can plan out.
As a DP, you have to pick the location too? As a DP, you have to pick the location?
No, you don't pick the location. Well, it depends on like the level of the project. Sometimes you might pick a location if they're like, hey, like, what do you think about this for lighting reasons?
Gotcha.
You might be like, okay, for lighting reasons, maybe you go with this location over the other if they ask you. But as I understand it, generally it's like they have locations in mind normally at my level, and then I go in, do some scouting, take photos of it so I can know what it's going to look like, and then you might see here I might put things like inspiration photos from other movies, things like that. See, it's a lot of planning that goes into it, and then you plan out your shots, everything like that.
Yeah, that's tough. I like that.
Yeah, so this is what I do for every project that I work on.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's time consuming.
It is.
But it makes shooting so much easier.
That's it, and you
it's
you make that great looking stuff. Because I always used to wonder. I would always watch these documentaries about like how they shot things and how cinematographers lit this scene, and they'd be like, "Oh, I knew the sun was gonna come through here at exactly this time of day, and I knew I wanted to have like a little bit of like ambient light coming on this side of their face, so I just knew that there was like a white wall in the room, so I shot a light into it from across the room to bounce that light onto the person's face." I'm like, how in the world do you think about all that?
And it wasn't like what they call shit. It wasn't improvised. He
no,
just sat there and planned it for days.
That was what I realized, is that okay, the way that they're able to do all this 90% of the time is that they plan it out. Yeah. And then you get to a point after a while where you know what you like and you know your style, so that you can then go in and you potentially don't need that much planning.
Yeah, it's like you have presets in your mind already.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm kind of starting to work my way towards. It's not necessarily having to make up for my lack of experience with a lot of planning, but I'm kind of moving into, okay, I've done this 5, 10, 15 times before. I know I'm going to want to light out that window. I know I'm going to want some haze. I know I'm going to want to bounce off the ceiling with the LED light or whatever I have on hand. So that's kind of the level I'm trying to move into.
I can't wait, man.
Yeah, thank you.
I can't wait. Yeah. Well, listen, guys, we're gonna have some more coming soon with my cousin CJ, the amazing and upcoming newest DP. Watch out, Spielberg. You mother.
Well, Spielberg. But it's fine. They get your point.
He's not a DP. No, he's a director.
Trying to be the next Bradford Young. Are you Bradford Young fans out there?
Hey, shout out.
Bradford
CJ, who's gonna be the next Bradford Young?
Yes.
The better Bradford Young.
No, I respect him. I like him a lot.
Well, as good as Bradford.
As good as Bradford.
Hey, okay, I like that. That's
he shot Thelma.
He did what?
He shot Thelma.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm a fan. Yeah. I'm a fan. Man.
Yeah.
Good guy.
Yeah, he's a good man.
Alright guys. Check us out soon. I'll put all of CJ's links in the description. Follow him on AfroDuck. I'll put that in the description too on IG. And definitely check out that 2022 reel. I'll try to put some clips if he wants to edit it for me into the video, and it's gonna look dope. So check you guys out next time. We're gonna be having CJ on a lot more. He's gonna be shooting some of the vlogs, some more of the podcasts, a lot of other videos we're gonna be having out. So quality is definitely going up. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And if you have any other topics you want to talk about, leave them in the comments below. All right, Faymous Nation, we are out.
All right.
Yeah, that was dope, man.
Thank you.
This was very good. Perfect. So ours was probably about